What is the one US visa category that is overwhelmingly held by Indians? What is the one US visa category that's considered a curse by many? What is the one US visa category that is held by majority of the Indian women in the US? Hi guys, I'm Priya from It's OKR and welcome to our latest series, US Visa Simplified. In this series, we will cover different US visas in a process that you will say, Maska. And today's topic is H4 visa. In this video, we will cover everything that you must know about H4 visa, the process of getting it and everything that you can do while you are on the H4 visa. So stay tuned and follow along. And if you're new today, It's OKR is a content platform for South Asian immigrants and we aim to educate, entertain and empower them. So what is the H4 visa? So H4 visa is a visa that is given to the spouses of an H1B visa holder, and some people also call it a dependent visa. So why is it called a dependent visa? Simply because the H4 visa is tied to the H1B visa holder. So if the H1B visa is no longer valid, then the H4 visa is also not valid. The H1B visa validity usually lasts for 6 years, and we will talk in this video later on what are the options available after 6 years. Now, how do you get H4 visa? Simply by marrying someone who's on an H1B visa. However, that's only the first step, but these are the steps that you must take. Once you have married someone who's on an H1B visa, you're required to fill a form called DS-160, book an appointment at your nearest US visa consulate, get a stamp and then fly to the US on an H4 visa. If you'd like us to create an entire video on what the H4 visa interview process looks like, please leave that in the comment box and we're happy to do another video covering the details of what that process is. Then why do so many people hate this visa and call it a curse? That is because if you are on an H4 visa, you cannot work in the US. It doesn't matter if you're a graduate, if you have a master's, if you are a scholar, if you have a PhD, you simply cannot work in the US. This is majorly a concern because a lot of people who come to the US, especially women, undermine the severity of the situation and sometimes are just simply not aware that this is a challenge if you come here on an H4 visa. Why is it so serious? I mean, I know I'd like a break from work from once in a while. Well, the question is, how long of a break would you like? There have been cases or instances of women who haven't been able to work for 5-6 years after moving to the US. When you first get married and move here on an H4 visa, you are definitely in the honeymoon phase, you're in a new place, you're enjoying, and it's all golden and rosy for a couple of years. Still, you realize that it gets pretty lonely if you don't have a community, a lot of friends, and you don't go to work on a regular basis. But I've heard many people on H4 visa get work permits. So yes, you can start working on an H4 visa once you get an EAD. EAD is basically an employment authorization documentation that is required for you to start working in the US. However, for anyone to be eligible to get an EAD, basically your spouse who's on an H1B visa needs to have an approved I-140 before you're eligible to apply for this EAD. God, can you stop with these words already? EAD, I-140 and whatnot. I'll explain. Basically, I-140 is nothing but an approval from the government saying that, hey, we understand that you're eligible for the green card. However, there is a really long line, so please go stand in the queue till your turn comes. However, the most important piece for you to understand here is once your spouse gets the I-140, basically the H4 visa holder becomes eligible to apply for the EAD. And the interesting thing is you can continue to renew your EAD till you actually get your green card with a valid I-140.
Tu samjha? Haan.
Now here is a fun fact. Even with an approved I-140, an H4 visa holder was not allowed to work until 2015, until Obama changed this rule. We all have to thank him for that for sure. So what can I do on H4 visa except drinking my sorrows away? A lot actually. You can actually enroll in a college and move on an F1 visa while you're still waiting for your EAD. That helps you like work and gives you a lot of options. We actually have a very detailed video on that we will link in the description box. The second option is you can start volunteering. Don't tell me you have a video for that too. We do actually, and we will link it in the description box. It's actually very valuable for you to start building skills, and especially if you're not ready to do a financial investment while waiting for your EAD. And if you don't want to study or don't want to commit to this larger financial investment, you can always keep yourself upgraded through doing a lot of certifications. Video? We actually don't have a video for that, but we do have a couple of guides that we will link in the description box. I'll also share a bonus option. It is a long shot but definitely worth exploring. You can actively start networking on LinkedIn and finding an employer who will actually sponsor your own H-1B visa. Oh wow, I am doing that right away. So it's not as simple as it sounds, but it's definitely worth giving it a shot. You have to be careful because there will be a lot of scammers who would be promising that they will get you on an H-1B visa once you join them, etc. So it's important to do that vetting process. However, if you can find an employer that is actually authorized, you know about them and is willing to sponsor your H-1B, it's definitely a shot. However, LinkedIn is always a great option to network and understand the job market. So you're not losing at all. Can I work for a company in India remotely that pays me in my account here? Legally, no. However, some people do that. We do not advise that. Can I do a cash job here? No. Legally, no. Can I become an influencer here? Now that is a gray area. You know, if you've started your influencing as a hobby and you're not making a lot out of it, sure, it's not going to be a challenge. But if you start making a lot of money through your influencing networks, then that can definitely get flagged, especially if the intention was to make money when you started that blog or an Instagram channel or a YouTube channel. Can I start a business? Can I invest in stocks? Can I buy apartments? Okay, slow down. These are all different things and looks like you're trying to understand how do I start making money while I'm waiting for EAD. If you want us to create more videos around that, leave that in the description box so that we can come up with a different video covering these topics. So how does one stay happy here? I do feel like this is a curse. So no, actually, it's not that bad, and we want to make sure that you understand that you have a lot of options while you are waiting for your EAD. You have moved to a new country, so you are definitely brave and you have taken that bold step. Now, the thing is that you can start networking actively, you can start building your skills, you can start polishing. You know what? I actually have a whole video on this that I will link in the description box, but it's not all that bad if you're ready to just grow and improve yourself and understand what are the skills that are missing whenever you will be ready to get into the workforce. And you know, once you have put in the work already and you actually get your EAD, you can do anything. You can work multiple jobs, you can start a business, you can own a house, you can invest in stocks. So all the questions that you asked, all of that is possible and you will be in a good place. The important piece here to remember is in the waiting period, you want to make sure that you're continuing to refresh your skills, growing yourself, putting yourself out there so that you're absolutely ready to get into the workforce once you get that EAD. Wow, thank you for all this information. How do I know about other such videos of yours? You can actually subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram. We are pretty fun out there as well. However, if you like this video, please leave a comment in the description box. Let us know what kind of content you'd like to create. If things are not going your way, remember it's okay, and eventually things will turn around. This is Priya signing off. Have a wonderful day.